What is going on YouTube? It's Executive or Ben, and today we have another video regarding Star Wars Battlefront, which comes out in 2015, most likely in December or November. So just remember guys, these videos are speculation for the most part unless I say otherwise. Most definitely I will include a source if it is, information that is official from another website. So any other video just regarding my opinion and just general discussions about the game, take it as a grain of salt because again it is my speculation, my opinion, my discussion. I just want to be clear about that because I know when people try and give news about upcoming games, it kind of gets muddy and murky with the what is fact and what is speculation information. But today we're just going to talk about my speculation and what I think should be changed to the Galactic Conquest mode in order to improve it, because I do want to see that again in the new Battlefront. I think that's an integral part of the Battlefront game, and I'm just really excited because that is one of my favorite game modes of all time. I can remember playing that for hours and hours, and some of that is because that was a really long game mode. But anyway, changes that I want to be made to that. I think it should be an online experience. I'm not sure if they had it in Battlefront 1 or 2 online. I'm sure they did. I didn't play Battlefront online for PS2 because PS2 online really wasn't all that popular back in the day. And most of the time I played Galactic Conquest, it was just co-op with friends or family or something like that. So I definitely want to see it online in a big way. Another thing I want to change about Galactic Conquest is I don't want it to be such like a momentum balance beam grind thing. And what I mean by that is there isn't a lot of depth in Galactic Conquest. You spawn starships, you attack planets that aren't yours, and you defend planets that are yours, and the battles for the most part are exactly the same except for the map and the whether they are space or planetary. And I feel like if you have two good players going up against each other, two players who actually know what they're doing, it can turn sort of into a back and forth thing, and that could go on forever. Your friend attacks your planet and you just attack his planet right back. That can go back and forth with a game that was as kind of shallow, I guess is the word, shallow as the previous Galactic Conquest. In a way that I think they can remedy that is add, targeted planets that have more merit and more value to a faction than others. For example, if you're the clone troopers, if for example, you lose Coruscant, that will cripple, that's your capital, that will cripple your whole army, that will cripple your whole campaign. So I feel like if you lost, a vital planet, a capital planet, if you will, maybe you should lose the game right out of the gate, because taking Coruscant, if you were the clones and you lost Coruscant, it'd be game over for you. So maybe do that, but other than that, more in depth. So for the CIS with the droids, how Geonosis is their industrial planet to make the droids, if you lose Geonosis, then you can't produce as many soldiers, you can't produce as many ships, something like that. Maybe even bring in resources into the game, like that mining planet Megiddo and from Battlefront 2. Maybe if you lose that planet or capture that planet, you either lose resources or gain resources based on what faction you are. And I'm not just talking about if you lose it, you lose 50 resources because you have one less planet. I think Megiddo would have significantly more resources to offer than a planet that, like Kashyyyk, that doesn't have a lot of resources to offer. And so like if you lost Kashyyyk, for example, you'd no longer have the support of the Wookiees. If you were the clone troopers, you'd no longer have those reinforcements that they provide and the weapons that they can make. And you know what I'm saying. I'm just kind of rambling on at this point, but I want it to be a real struggle. I want it to be a real war where you have to choose, okay, if I take this planet, this will happen. If I take that planet, that will happen. I can't lose this planet because this will happen. I won't be able to produce as many troops, so I'm going to move my troops over here. And you know what I mean, just a more in-depth experience all in all in Galactic Conquest, because as of now, the way we see it, it's just a balance beam that keeps going back and forth until one person loses an attack or one person loses a defense, So I definitely like to see a more in-depth Galactic Conquest where more tactical moves can be made, and you kind of have to manage your faction, if that makes sense. You kind of have to manage your army, and you have to wage a war against your enemy, because that's what it's all about. You're trying to conquer the galaxy or win the war. So I feel like you should have to kind of manage your planets, manage your troops, manage your resources, all of that. I think that would be a huge addition to Galactic Conquest. I really hope they bring it back. I'll be really disappointed if they don't. I think they will, or some fashion of it, because that was a huge part of the game. At least it was for me. So like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more, and I will see you on the next video.